Hi, it's Niaja. Welcome back to my podcast, or welcome to my podcast. Um, of Let's Be Real and Unfiltered, where we get down to the nitty gritty and we talk about the shit that y'all don't want to talk about, the shit that's not on the surface. Okay. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about well, actually, we're going to be doing a reaction video, and we're going to be giving my opinion based on this reaction video. And I actually talk about on my other platforms, I be talking about this topic, not necessarily in this way, but we're going to be able to get into it today. So let's get to the video. I will put the creator's video on the screen. I found this video on TikTok.
Not only is it irresponsible to have kids knowing you struggling like fuck, but it's selfish. It's literally selfish. If you having a hard time eating, if you having a hard time keeping a roof over your head, if you know you ain't got no support system, you know shit not looking up for you right now, why even put yourself in position? Why even put yourself through that? It's bad enough you about to put the kid through some bullshit that he didn't ask for. And granted, when the kids be small, they don't know. They don't know they struggling. You know what I'm saying? But you know. And you still decide to go through with that shit. I don't know, man. I kind of look at those people sideways like, okay. It some up here, it ain't always put together. And I ain't judging. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Do the best you can with what you done started. But to purposely go out and just continue to have kids, knowing you struggling, knowing you can't keep up with the day to day, it's like, bro, like,
Okay, now this may feel like a personal attack to a lot of people, but this is just shit that black people I feel like don't really talk about. Like I said, y'all tend to want to sweep shit under the rug because certain shit y'all don't want to take accountability. Y'all don't want to necessarily take a look at yourself because I understand that can be a hard pill to swallow, but I feel like we should really intake what he's saying. Why I say this? Because I feel like as black people, we don't understand how. I made a video on this the other day, a couple days ago actually, how we don't understand how we contribute to our own suffering. And I say this to say because as black people, we don't realize how much trauma that we're repeating um through multiple generations. It's keep on constantly repeating the same cycles of hurt, neglect, and etc. Having multiple kids in poverty is very selfish, and I'm not one to tell nobody what anybody should do, but I feel like my generation right now, I feel like motherfuckers popping babies like that shit is fucking Skittles, and I don't know if people are actually and taking and understanding what it really takes to raise another human being. Everybody think this shit shits and giggles, and I feel like people forget that a child has to grow up. And when I feel like people should take a look at their childhood, how they grew up, because we're not gonna sit here and act like a lot of us black people didn't go through childhood trauma in our black homes, or that we didn't intake some type of suffering mentally or physically. Not having a two-parent household affects a child. Not having a healthy co-parenting relationship with whoever you co-created with, that's a problem. That can cause problems in kids psychologically. Just take a look at yourself. No shade. This is not to all at all. This is just to people who tend to want to sweep this shit under the rug, or tend to want to act like they didn't endure a certain amount of pain or grief, or that they didn't go through any suffering. I feel like everybody needs to hold whoever raised them accountable in some type of way. Not only whoever raised you, but hold yourself accountable. To constantly bring kids in poverty environments or in environments where you're not mentally, physically, financially okay because a child didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to be here, your parents didn't ask to be here, their parents didn't ask to be here. So I feel like the least that we can do, instead of thinking that a child is a blessing to us, actually acknowledge that we are the blessing to them because we have the blessing to raise them, to teach them, to help them not repeat the same patterns that we endured or the same lessons or and patterns that we have faced throughout our life. I feel like the fact that a lot of people don't really think that, oh, I don't want my child going through anything that I went through as a child, or I don't want my child to, I just want my child to have a better life than what I had. I feel like the fact that people don't have that mindset, it fucks with me because it's just like we just repeating shit just to repeat it. Like we ain't learn shit from our fucking families or the people before us. Then people get irritated when people basically like brag on not having no kids or say that they don't care to have kids right now or just don't fucking, how do I want to say this? Don't put themselves in fucked up predicaments just because it's a lot of people, a lot of y'all in the world who are prime examples as to why we don't want to have kids. Like, no shade. Then a saying where it's like it takes a village to raise a child. Oh, y'all, I think y'all think people say that shit just to fucking say it, but no, that's the truth. It literally does. Like, even though I feel like as a woman you should be mentally prepared to be a single mother, because not saying that that will happen, but anything can happen. So it's like you have to be prepared, because I know a lot of people who say that when they were pregnant, a lot of people tried to say this, that they were going to do this, that, and the third for the baby, or they were going to help the baby, and then when the baby came, they didn't do shit. And that's a prime example of like you need to mentally be prepared. What if your significant other die? I feel like it's a lot of, or what if they go to jail? I feel like it's a lot of things that people don't tend to think about. A lot of people want to have kids for the other person, or they want to try to use a kid as leverage to keep somebody around, and that's literally the problem. That's literally the problem. Kids should be made out of love, not out of neediness or blessings or feeling like, oh, this child will help me. You need to help yourself. You owe your child. Your child owes you nothing. If you knew better, you'll do better.